Lloydebob here. Today we're going to do a NuWave Oven roasted chicken. And we've got everything we need to get ready for it here. We've got our NuWave Oven Pro Plus ready. We're using the 1-inch grill. I'm going to put some aluminum foil down in the bottom, on the bottom pan, to catch some of the drippings and make it easier to clean up so that the grease doesn't burn to the pan while we're cooking the chicken. We have a 4.8 pound thawed out chicken, and we're going to prep it on this nice chicken plate and then wash it while the chicken is cooking, and then we're going to bring it out and put it on that plate when we get done. We'll be using 1 onion. I saved the bag that the chicken came in, so the 2 bags, so that I could put the onion skins in and throw them away in the trash can. It won't stink it up. Mom won't throw me out of the house. We've got our gloves so that we're not wiping chicken grease and onion smell off our hands the rest of the week. We're going to use our special knife. Another benefit to this knife is that it's sharper than even a steak knife. Very sharp knife. Makes it a lot easier cutting. We're going to rub our chicken down with some extra virgin olive oil so that it will hold our spices, and we've got a bunch of them today. Let's see what we got here. We've got paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, Lloyd's favorite. Pepper. I had a question about the pepper. I do not use white pepper. I use black pepper, or this is my favorite. It's called seasoned pepper, and it has in it black pepper, red bell peppers, sugar, and spices. I think it's got a better taste myself. We're going to use salt. I don't like squeezing lemons, so I bought some lemon juice. And this is good. You can get it at any store, any grocery store. Montreal chicken spice. So we're going to mix everything together except this and rub it on the chicken with our gloves. And we're going to cut the onion into quarters after we peel it and put it on the inside. Now, Mama set me down and made me listen and said, this is how you prepare a chicken to be roasted. First of all, you wash it off. Then you inspect it all over to make sure there are no stubs in the skin from the feathers. If you find one, if you just rub your knife and mash next to it, mash, not depress, it will pop the feather tail out, and then it'll be clean chicken. Look in the end where the neck was, pull the flap up and see if they've stuck anything in there. And pull the neck and the innards, the heart and the liver and the gizzards, out of the other end of the chicken. If I call it a turkey, forgive me. And then we're going to put the 4 quarters of onion inside the chicken. We're going to put a healthy shaking of garlic inside the chicken. And we're going to put a good few squeezes of lemon juice inside the chicken. Then we're going to put the olive oil on, rub it around with our gloves, take our gloves off, put the spices on, and then put another pair of gloves on and rub it all in. Make sure it's rubbed in everywhere. And the little legs, they'd stick out like this. They look like Lloydebob laying on a plate. Well, what you have to do is bend them back and fold their little arms under, and then it'll cook better in the joint where the little leg joins against the breast, and it'll fit in the oven better. Okay, I'm going to start to work on that, and when I get it ready to put in the oven, we'll let you see it. Okay, friends, we're back, and we've got the bird prepared. I've got my gloves on because I want to use them to put the bird in the NuWave oven. I found out a trick I could do with my gloves. Instead of changing the gloves at certain points, I just washed the gloves. You know, when you wash your hands, sometimes you can't get the grease off. Man, you can wash these gloves and everything will come off, and then dry them with that dish towel that you stole from Mama from off of the drying dishes, and you're ready to go. So we put all the spices on. We cut up the onion. We peeled it. We've got the onion skins, and we've got the plastic bag that chicken came in, all tied up in 2 bags. No smell. Down the chute, the trash can it goes. And if you can see this, that's a good looking chicken right there. We've got plenty of seasonings on it. We've got our onions on the inside. We squirted our lemon juice on the inside, and got all of the innards out at both ends, and we folded the wings back. And breast side down is the recommended way to cook it. Now, I like my chicken done. I don't want anything getting up off my plate and running anywhere when I'm ready to eat it. So I cook mine a little bit longer. I'm going to cook it 45 minutes per side, and I think that'll get it. This is a 5.8 pound turkey, and if that's not enough, we'll just put 10 minutes on it further, and won't be any problem after that. So let's put it in the oven and let it go. Here, I'm going to wash my gloves again. Use Mama's dish towel to dry it off. Man, just clean as they can be. A lot better than your hands. And we've got it on the 1-inch rack down in the bottom. And we're going to go for cook time, 45, start. Well, I'm going to do some email and some other things. I'll show you what happens after we've flipped it and we've gone 45 plus 45. We'll see if it's done. See you later. Okay, friends, we're back. The NuWave oven dinged the first time. I put a little bit too much of the spices on the breast side. Looked a little bit darker than it needed to be. Didn't hurt anything, but remember that when you're cooking yours, don't put it too thick. And turn it over, and it has just finished, and it looks to me like it's done. Let's take it off the platter of the NuWave oven. Oh man, that thing looks good. Lord have mercy. And let's put it on our presentation platter and let you take a look yourself. How about that? Most of the onion stayed inside the whole time. That's good. One of the purposes of the onions is to cause the turkey to stand up so it's easier to cook. Alright, man, that is one fine looking turkey. Look at that turkey. Chicken, look at that chicken. Man, that is a beautiful bird. We're going to let it sit for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then my wife, who we call Mama on the videos, Diane, is going to cut it up for you because I butcher a bird when I get at it with a knife. All right. We'll see you in just a bit when it's cooled off.
Good evening. Lloydebob did the cooking of this chicken, and I'm his wife, and I'm going to help cut up the chicken. He says he tends to massacre them, so hopefully I'll be able to do it for you. One thing we did after we cooked is we let the chicken cool down some, because it's easier to work with, as well as it's easier to cut it, because it causes the bird to start separating some, and therefore it's easier to carve. So the first thing we do is we take a knife and fork, and we try to cut off the leg quarters. So you take the leg quarter and go up beside the bird, between the bird and the leg quarter, and start cutting the meat in half. And then we go to the other side. and start making an indentation, cutting it in two. Sometimes it's harder than others, but then I take the bird sort of on its side here, and then I finish cutting it in two. You cut it through where the joint is, and that's the secret there. So we have a nice carved piece of chicken thigh. We'll lay it on our plate. Now I'll do the other side. Sometimes you have to turn the bird over a few times to get it to cooperate here, but it's doing very nice. And we now have the other leg quarter, and I'll lay it on the plate here for you. It's very nice looking leg quarters. It turned out excellent in cooking. So the next thing we want to do is to carve the breast. So first thing we're going to do is, so that it's easier, is to go ahead and cut off the wings. As you see, I'm lifting up the wing and I'm cutting it underneath at the joint. And then I'll go to the other side. So as again, you hold the wing up, you take the knife and go in. You can feel the joint because it goes right through the meat. If you ever hit anything hard, then you know you're hitting the bone. So we'll lay that on the plate here. Now the next thing to do is we're carving the breast. That is a little harder because you've got a breastbone down through the middle here, right down through the middle. So what you want to do is to go start at the top at the neck area of the bird and go down through the meat. And you just kind of cut it through here. And that breastbone is always harder, so you try to cut to one side of it. So as you see here, it's a little hard here, but it just takes a few moments to keep working at it. And then you can take your hands and pull it open some, and that breaks it apart. Now it separates. As you see here, now it's separated into two halves. So the next thing you want to do is you want to get the breast off of the backbone. So as you see here, here's the bird. So I'll take my knife and go on one side and cut through this one side where the bones are, the breast bones were, and see, it comes off very easily. One secret to a chicken and cutting it up is to letting it cool down some, because it's easier to work with, as well as you don't get burned. So the next thing is we cut the next side off. As you see, it comes off very easily. And here's the other piece of breast. We lay that on our dish, and as you see, it looks very nice pieces of meat. And then you have what's left is the backbone. But some people take the backbone and get the skin off of it, and then get the meat off of that and use it in chicken pot pie, chicken soup, or various things. So that you can decide on how you would like to get the meat off and what you would like to put it in. So that's our demonstration of how to cut up a chicken once it's done. Thank you, and goodbye from Lloydebob. So long.